Latin America is unable to flatten the coronavirus curve. The region has been ravaged by the virus, and Argentina has now become only the 5th country to surpass 1 million confirmed cases. A few miles from the international airport outside Buenos Aires, this hospital was one of the first to begin preparations for treating COVID patients back in February. They registered their first case on March the 11th. Yet over the past 7 months, the virus has spread across the country. Critics say the government's policy of lockdown and its failure to provide enough tests has failed. Workers here say the lockdown has been necessary to give the health system time to increase the number of beds in intensive care and prevent the system from collapse. But they are also worried by the impact on other aspects of public health.
We have focused so much on COVID patients that other diseases that have a high death rate have been affected. We have to work on those illnesses that have been set aside because of the pandemic. The public health system needs to focus on those other diseases so that death rate drops with all diseases, not only in COVID-19 cases.
From the outset, authorities were concerned about the spread of the virus in the populous Greater Buenos Aires area. But the infection rate here is now dropping, and it's in provinces in the north, the west and the south of the country that infection rates are spiking. Some restrictions have been eased in the Greater Buenos Aires region, but tightened elsewhere in the country. Hospital staff across Argentina are exhausted and demoralised. In the Buenos Aires province, healthcare workers have been told they cannot take a holiday for another 6 months. This after half a year already without time off. And they feel there is no end in sight.
It's possible the same happens here as we have seen in Europe. The number of cases drop, but then there is a second wave. There is now more flexibility to restrictions here, but that can lead to more infections, possibly in 2 to 3 months that could lead to a large number of infections, like the spike we had a few months ago.
Along with Brazil, Argentina is the 2nd Latin American country to reach the milestone of 1 million confirmed cases, but Colombia, Peru and Mexico are all expected to reach the landmark in the coming weeks. Joel Richards, CGTN in Buenos Aires.